go for the workers or the sparkle right here, but instead going for those armored roaches. So that's a pretty bad decision by Keisuke here.
So, seeing here though, he has tanks going on the push right now, and a Banshee here defending those tanks. So Keisuke is still doing a very good job trying to contain SLUMS, and I think SLUMS is going to be in a bit of trouble here unless he pops out a lot of Mutalisks.
Yeah, and SLUMS here just had his gold expansion up, and it's starting to mine off it. So if the Terran player doesn't notice this, SLUMS is gonna get into a big lead right here.
That is though if he survives this attack. 2 Banshees here, and only 1 Queen for the Zerg player. As he does have some siege tanks and some marines crawling in, and those 2 Banshees getting shot at by Spore Crawler.
He doesn't micro those Banshees well enough.
Yeah,
loses both of them.
And taking out that Queen as well, but big blunder there by Keisuke, losing 2 Banshees. Those 2 Banshees could have taken a lot of drones here, and a lot of drones here, but he actually loses them to some Spore Crawlers.
Yeah, and he lost so many Banshees that he should have saved. So I was counting about 4 to 5 of them. It would have done a lot of damage, and
4 to 5 of those
should have just saved.
Would have been critical mass already. And I don't know about SLUMS, but he keeps pushing out on these tanks here on the left side of the map. What he really needs are some Mutalisks, but I don't see any in production right now. He is going for Roaches, he is upgrading Roaches +1, but those siege tanks are just gonna shut him off.
Yeah, and with those bunkers, he can't expect to push out here.
Yeah, and those siege tanks are inching their way closer and closer to the Zerg's base. Actually, it's getting pretty scary for the Zerg right now. But he does have this gold expansion, but the Terran has a gold expansion as well. And I don't know if both players knows each other's gold expansion. No, judging from the vision they have.
Crazy.
So I just heard Zach back there saying crazy. I don't know why.
Both players are doing Ninja Expos. How's that not crazy?
Exactly.
That's not exactly Ninja Expos. The Zerg just goes for the Zerg is more of a Ninja Expo, but the Terran, this is gonna be easy.
That's Dollar Expo.
Yeah.
And looking back here at the game, Zerg loses quite a lot of his roaches to those siege tanks, again pushing out to the wrong direction. I don't know what SLUMS is trying to do here. He is trying to get rid of those tanks, but I do think that he needs Mutalisks along with those roaches, because these tanks are just gonna eat up his ground army.
Yeah, and those roaches just taking up a lot of his gas, which he really isn't mining much. He's just mining out of 2 extractors here. The natural he can't really put any there. He should really put up some extractors up here in the gold expansion where the Terran doesn't know.
And roaches here.
He does, however, spot here. He does, however, spot this gold expansion of the Terran.
But he can't do anything about it because that's a planetary fortress. In order to break that down, you have to have a lot of Mutalisks. But another action here. More roaches being sacrificed to those siege tanks. And ouch.
Oh, and those siege tanks are just eating it up.
And looking at the units lost tab, the Zerg player here losing 1,400 more units worth of minerals, and that's pretty big right now. He is losing way more than the Terran is, and those roaches are potential drones. And
the Zerg here is just getting uncomfortable with this contain here.
Yeah.
So he's just pushing out with small forces instead of just massing up for a big push out.
Yeah, and I think the Zerg's edge right now is this gold base, but he actually isn't placing any extractors here. So I really hope he will be placing some gases here, and that will really help him pump out the number of mutas that he has to have. deal with this Terran army.
Yeah, he's still not producing any meals, and the Terran here is just getting stim and vehicle weapons 1. So Terran's gonna be at a comfortable position here.
Yes, exactly, definitely. And Terran is up on 2 bases right now, actually 3 with a gold base, and he is just macroing like crazy. The Zerg taking a 4th expansion, but the SCV spots it. And yeah, he does spot it, and
yeah.
I think he is going to spot this gold expansion as well. And oh no,
and that's a bad feeling for the Terran here.
No, actually, it's a bad feeling for the Zerg being seen like this. Now the Terran can practically push out with a couple of Marines here because he knows this base is not going to be defended. He has a planetary fortress here, so it is going to be safe from anything the Zerg has right now. So
yeah, the Terran should really just put a well-placed siege tank so that it can reach the Zerg's mineral line and just deny this gold expo. Yeah, just one siege tank.
Actually, we see Thors here tanking the damage, destroying those spore crawlers, and those banshees are going to be free to reign here on the Zerg's base.
And we see a banshee going here at the gold expo, just harassing these workers.
Yeah.
But the queen is just going to come up here.
One queen isn't going to do this though, but we do see a spore crawler being made. And SLUMS is making a huge ground army right now, but Keisuke is doing a very good job containing those siege tanks. Siege tank here,
that's a good position for the siege tank.
That's a very good positioning for siege tanks, and definitely that's gonna give him the advantage here.
And Zerg here again losing his whole gun army. He's just getting too impatient here.
Zerg now, in judging on the units lost tab, he is ahead in losses by 4,000 resources, and that's
a lot.
big. That's a lot.
Interestingly, the Terran player is researching those strike cannons for the Thors. Not sure what he's gonna use them against.
Yeah, me as well.
We'll see.
Terran though overextending himself, pushing a bit here without those siege tanks, and losing a couple of his siege tanks, but the Thor is going to be cleaning up, and an SCV here going to repair that Thor in a while. Actually, no, he's going in the wrong direction, spotting those Banelings being formed, and they are going to be in bad news. But the Thor, a number of Zerg. Right?
And the Marine is spread quite nicely, so these Banelings aren't going to do anything here.
Those Banelings attacking the siege tank is
not a good idea.
And strike cannons are done, so I'd like to see him use this just for the hell of it. And
it's just a cooldown. It's gonna be GG. Should use that at least on a drone.
Yeah, and that's GG. Keisuke takes the game from SLUMS. A very good contain there by